Hi guys, welcome back. Right, this time we're going to do her hair. And for this one, polychromos again, you'll need, if you're following along, brown ochre, raw umber, walnut brown, Van Dyke brown, burnt umber, nougat, bistre, and burnt sienna. Right, to start with, I'm going to do the lightest pencil, which is the brown ochre, and I'm going to, like we did with the skin, I'm going to very lightly just go over the whole hair, like so. Doesn't need to be perfect, just a very light coat, just a base coat really, on her hair. So we'll go over all these bits. And Drop Dead Fred's been very good today. He's not showed up too much, so very pleased. Haven't yet erased the bits that I need to on there, but I can do that. I can do that later. That's not a problem. When we come to do the jewellery and stuff, I can get rid of the bits we don't need. So, do this lightly all over, like so. You don't have to be perfect on these bits, guys. You can, just do it lightly all over. That is all it will need. You don't need to go heavy or dark or anything like that. Just your lightest colour all over, just to give it a bit of a base coat, like this. So, yeah, like I said, it's not too easy filming at the minute with everything that's going on. Taking Zach for appointments to see if he's suitable for housing accommodation for temporary, before he gets his own place, like we did like we've done, and we've got to take him to a mental health place as well. So there's so much going on, and when there's not stuff going on, when we're here, because I'm on the kitchen table instead of in a craft room or whatever, it's awkward because there's always somebody who wants to come in the kitchen to get something to eat, or because Zach never eats at the same time as what we do. So there's always somebody wanting to come and get a snack or something to eat or a drink, or there's always something going on. And if Zach's not bothering me, with eating and drinking, he wants to put the washing machine on, which is really loud, so there's no way I could film with that on as well. So it's not sort of the ideal place to be filming on the kitchen table really, which is why I'm trying to sell stuff to get the other bedroom cleared, so I can then get that sorted, and Zach can help me. He helps me with boxes up and downstairs and things. He helps me carry stuff up because I can't carry stuff up, so he carries all the stuff up and down for me. So that's handy. If he's not around to do it, Tim will always do it for me, so not a problem. But as like I say, there's always somebody coming in the kitchen wanting something. But yeah, so it's sort of not ideal, so that's why I've not been on. I do apologise. I did say I would start this because it's August Anastasia. I did say I would start this. I haven't even hashtagged it to see if anybody's done anything yet. I will do. I will go onto Instagram and Facebook and put in hashtag Anastasia August just to see if any of you have, joined in with that hashtag for me this month. I think next month is going to be September Rain, and that's the artist Rain Art, or Rain Printing as she goes under on Etsy. I have done, it's late. I have done several, I think that's the right light. I have done several reviews of her PDF books. I love her work as well as Anastasia's, probably on par with each other really. She has several books out, PDF books what you can buy, but she also has the singles. So if you just want to buy one, you know, you can just buy one. You don't have to buy a whole book. But they really are worth the money because, I mean, yeah, you have to print them out yourselves, but I think that's great because once you've bought it, it's yours and you can print it out as many times as you like. And if you want to do it again, which I know lots of hers that I will do again, so I can do them in different colours, or you know, do different backgrounds on them if I've done a background. And I've got some new templates came through from China today, which I thought were really, really nice. Would be really, you know, quite nice for backgrounds. So I thought, yeah, that'd be great to try that and see how we go. So they really are very good. So I thought that's what I'd have because I'd already picked Anastasia August before I sort of started finding rain artwork. But I love it so much that I can't not include it. It was too late to do it this month because I already picked Anastasia August, but yeah, definitely will be next month. So that's September Rain. It's Raen. For anyone who doesn't know how to spell her name. Right, now I've got to find my darkest one, which is, by looking at them, I'm not sure. It's going to be the walnut brown, I think. And the same with the skin. I do the lightest shade as a base coat, and then I go from dark to light then after that. This is the walnut brown. So this one is going to be, now I might have to turn my book a few times, and I might have to move my lamp a bit back because I don't want to be changing the settings on it all the time. So where she's done the dark, if you just flick where she's done the dark bits, because that's the only part you're going to need, is that bit. You don't need to do it all the way along, you just do it where she's done it, and then you can flick. It's not a very good angle here, but you can then do this side, and as you can see on most of them she's left the middle blank, and that's where your highlight will be. So you can see where the darkest parts and that are. So it's quite dark in there, and she's got dark bits here, and going up more and slightly down. Here's Zach's out today. He did make some new friends at the Norwich Pride, and he's been going into the city and meeting up with them and doing whatever they do. So yeah, it's been quite good this week. He's been out sort of 3 times, meeting them. This will be the 3rd time this week today. Obviously he doesn't, not living in the city, he has to get the train, so he can't, he's only got so much money each week, so he can't, you know, go into Norwich and meet them too much. But at the moment, yeah, he's having fun, so he's not too bad at the minute, which is good. It makes our lives so much easier. There's no I'm going to kill myself and him going running off and the police, somebody phoning the police because he's tried to jump in the river and bringing him back, etc. And it's just, I can't explain it, but because our house is cluttered because of all the stuff we've got from the 5-bed house we lived in, I get embarrassed, about how messy it looks, and when a policeman obviously brings him back, late at night or whatever, sometimes Tim's not got much clothes on, and I might be in my, nightwear or whatever, and the house, looks a mess, and it's so embarrassing, and Zach just doesn't realise how embarrassed I get, so much so, I've even told my son, my other son, if he gets a girlfriend, don't bring her back until, the living room's tidy, because at the minute I have to get Zach to bring the stuff, I sort the stuff out upstairs, sitting on my bed, I can sort that out, and then I get Zach to bring it all down for me, and then while I'm sitting down I can sit and sort all that out and take pictures and that of stuff, like that. But then I keep the stuff downstairs because very often people will ask questions about things, and I can't keep going up and down the stairs, sort of to look at stuff, measure stuff or whatever. So I keep it, all down here, until it's sold or whatever, and then it's just easy, it's down here, I can just wrap it up and Tim can post it off. But so it looks even more cluttered with bin bags of clothes and stuff down here. I'm just going to turn this way, I hope that's okay. So yeah, it looks even more cluttered than usual, with bags of clothes and stuff. And people just look round and you can see exactly what they're thinking, like, oh my god, do these people live like this? Well, yeah, we do, we have no choice really, until I can get rid of stuff. And obviously while I'm selling stuff it looks a lot worse because all that stuff's in the living room. Because like I say, people ask questions. I can't keep going up and down the stairs every 5 minutes to check the material or check the sizing or check this or check that. So everything sort of stays down here once I've listed it. So it's easy for me to get to if anybody asks questions about things. And it just makes my life easier, but it makes the place look more messy. So, it is, I try not to have people around here because I'm embarrassed, about how it looks. A lot of people say, don't worry, we come to see you, not what's in your house or what your house is like. But it is still embarrassing. I hate it. Once we've got stuff sold and things, it'll be so much easier for me, because I won't have to worry then. It'll be, it won't be minimalistic, but it will be, tidy enough that I won't be embarrassed when people come round. But as I say, things are going well at the moment. He's had a bit of a hissy fit the other day because he said his PlayStation had broken and it was asking him to put in a controller or something, and he put his controller in and it wasn't working, and it's like, I told you I needed a new PlayStation, and then it's like, the internet's gone off, Mum. Yeah, I know, ours has as well. It'll come back, But Zach doesn't understand it'll come back. It's like he wants it and he wants it now. But I mean, life doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. Burnt umber is the next one I'm going to use. And while I've got it this way round, I should do this bit. So yeah, I mean, but now he's made these new friends and he's going out and about again. He's a lot happier. Because he was just sitting in his bedroom, you know, on his PlayStation, and then he'd get into arguments with people on there. And we've said walk away, you know, they're just idiots, they don't know you, just walk away. But Zach being Zach, he can't do that. He thinks by staying and arguing he's going to win. I said to him, you won't win, because they don't know you, they don't care about you, they, you know, they'll just keep winding him up and calling him names and things, and he won't win by arguing with them, but he can't help himself, and then they report him, and then his account gets banned, and then he's like, oh, I've got to make another account now, and then apparently somebody tried to hack his Facebook page, apparently, and they locked it, so he couldn't get into it, and he had to photograph and send them some form of ID, which he did, and he says he still can't get into it. So he's got like 3 accounts, I think. I don't know why he's got 3 accounts, but he has. So I think he don't know whether he's got that back or whether he's using stuff, because I said, well, just because you've sent the photo, they're not going to look at it that immediately, so it might take them a while to look at it and then, you know, decide, you know, that yeah, that's him, and I'll give him his account back. But so we'll see on that one. But I mean, the slightest little thing, you know, can set him off. He's just so easily, people know quite soon after speaking to him or meeting him sort of how to press his buttons, and he falls for it every time. You know, they realise he's, you know, got problems and that, and they take advantage of that. That's just how people are, I'm afraid. And I said to him, you're not going to change people. There's still going to be people that won't like you or will bully you because of your disability. There's still people that won't like you or will make fun of you because you're gay. So, you know, you're not going to get rid of all of them sort of people. You know, there's always going to be homophobic people and people, you know, that are against gay people. There's always going to be that in the world, and that's just something that you're not going to change. It's just something you're just going to have to get used to. But it's not as easy as that for Zach, you know, he doesn't find it as easy as that. So I'm hoping, you know, he'll learn, and he'll learn to just, you know, take it on the chin and just walk away, you know. And that's all he has to do, is just walk away and don't bite, you know. They want him to get angry, they want to upset him, and they don't realise what they're doing, and it's me and Tim that has to pick up the pieces of him crying his eyes out, you know, and going on for hours and hours and hours. Why do they do this? Why do they do that? And I have no answer for that. I don't know why they do it. They just do. But that's life. you know. Right, our next darkest one, looking at them, is that one, which is Van Dyke Brown. And we'll start off this way, I think. So, yeah, but even even when he's happy, people don't realise what he's like to live with. I mean, he can come down and he can say to me, "Are you alright, Mum?" I'll say, "Yeah." 2 minutes later, "Are you alright, Mum?" "Yeah." "Can I get you a drink, Mum?" "No, I'm fine." "Are you sure?" "Yeah." "I'm a good boy, really, aren't I?" "Yes, Zach, you're a good boy." 2 minutes later, "Are you alright, Mum?" "Yeah, I'm fine, Zach." What am I like, Mum?" "It's a pain in the backside." And then he laughs. 2 minutes later again, "What am I like, Mum?" "A pain in the backside, Zach, sometimes." And then he laughs again, and then it's like, "Get a boyfriend soon, wouldn't I, Mum?" "Yeah, Zach." 2 minutes later, "Get a boyfriend soon, wouldn't I, Mum?" They're just, and it's constant. People don't realise it's, when he's here, it's constant. It's constant. What am I like? I'll get a boyfriend soon, won't I? Are you alright, Mum? And in the end, either me or Tim, we have to say, "Zach, shut up. For goodness sake, be quiet." You know, you've asked me the same question about 20 times in the last half an hour. You know, so when he's upstairs on his PlayStation, okay, yeah, he argues with people a lot. But, oh, when he's out like he is today, we've got our lives back. And it's not just the fact that he argues with Tim and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love him to bits, you know, he's my baby. I love him to bits, but he is so hard to live with, he really is. And he keeps saying, "Oh, I'll get a boyfriend and I'll be able to go and live with him, won't I?" "Yeah, yeah, Zach." And if you say no, it's like, "What? What do you mean no?" And then he could get angry, so it's easier just to agree with him. And, you know, he's not going to just get a boyfriend and go and live with them, you know, it doesn't work like that. So, yeah, that's what it's like when he's here. That's why I have such a hard job filming a lot of the time, because if he's not coming down for a drink or something, it's the constant, "Are you right, Mum? What am I like, Mum? Get a boyfriend soon, won't I, Mum?" You know, and we physically have to say, "Zach, shut up." You know, and you've said that about 20 times in the last half an hour. Give it a rest. And he just laughs and thinks it's funny, and then 2 minutes later, I'll do it again. And we get so annoyed with him, because if you can imagine that, like a stuck record, you know, saying the same thing constantly, it does get very draining, it really does. And I know Tim finds it harder than what I do, because he's my child and he's not Tim's. Tim hasn't got any sort of fatherly connection to him or whatever. So it's sort of, yeah, it's a bit difficult. You know, I can see where Tim's coming from, and I can see, you know, how hard it must be for him, not being his child and having to deal with all that. Then there's the fact that Zach, you know, says he doesn't like Tim or get on with Tim or whatever, so it's sort of, That didn't come out right, did it? Oh, sorry, I'll get my eraser out on that bit. Not a problem. Right, next I'm going to use burnt sienna. So putting in more of a sort of ready tone to that bit. And bring that down there like that. And this bit. So yeah, that's what life here is like. That's why another reason it's just so hard to film, you know, because he's coming down and saying things constantly and wanting my attention or wanting something from me. He is a complete mummy's boy. He loves his mum, you know, and I just deal with it. You know, I mean, even when he when he does move out, I mean, yeah, we'll have our lives back, but I sort of won't, if you know what I mean, because he's been in places, residential homes before. He's been in residential homes before. When things are going fine, I don't hear anything from him. You know, he sort of seems to forget he's got a mum when he's out of the house and things are going fine. But when things start going wrong again, he's on the phone. It doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. I can't deal with this anymore. I'm going to go and kill myself. I can be, I have been, sort of half an hour away, from where he is. So there's no, you know, getting there quick to stop him doing anything silly. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it, you know. There's not a lot I can do about that. So even when he's gone, yeah, I don't have the constant, are you right, Mum? What am I like, Mum? And I don't have that to deal with. I still have, when things are going wrong, he always rings me up and wants me to do something about whatever it is, and I can't. Not that I won't, it's the fact that I can't. You know, I'll do anything for him. But some things I just can't help with, you know. If somebody's after him or whatever, that's because he's pissed them off, basically. And that's something I can't help with. You know, I have told him before that, you know, he's got to try and sort of understand people and try and read them a bit better. He isn't any good at reading people's body language. If he's made somebody angry for whatever reason, he can't read the body language, so he doesn't, to him, he doesn't see that they're getting angry with him. He doesn't realise that, and he has been punched before. So, you know, there's not a lot I can do about that. I've tried to advise him and teach him, but Zach will only learn what Zach wants to learn. And that's that's something I can't teach him. Zach, I'm afraid, has a thing of Zach knows best, and Zach will do what Zach wants to do, and he doesn't care what anybody says. He will still do and think what he still wants to do and think. So he is very draining. I mean, sometimes I've had so much of him during the day, not been naughty specifically, but just doing my head in, that I will go to bed early, specifically just to get away from him, to be honest. And that must sound awful, but it's really not. You know, you get to a stage where you think, for God's sake, Zach, shut up. And he just thinks it's funny. And you can't tell him any different. So, there you go, that's my life. That's my lot, as they say. Oh, sorry, this one is nougat. So, yeah, that's my life. And like I said to Tim, you know, even when he's not living here, when things go wrong, it doesn't matter whether it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, he'll ring me, you know, and tell me he's going to kill himself. Well, what can I do at that time in the morning and I'm an hour away from him? Because if he lives in Cromer where he wants to be, that's an hour away from us. It takes us an hour to get there. You know, what am I supposed to do at that time in the morning? An hour away. I could get there and it'd be too late. He could have done it. And like Tim says, if he's going to do it, he's going to do it. And, you know, you're not going to be able to stop him. So I've got to sort of stop worrying about, you know, I've got to sort of stop worrying about him, whether he's going to do it. I've had a feeling, it's weird, because I knew he was different from the day he was born. We didn't know what was wrong with him till he was 2 years old, and he got diagnosed at Great Ormond Street. We didn't know what was wrong with him. We didn't know how long he was going to live. Worcester drought, they do have normal life expectancy as far as I know. I've just always had the feeling that I was going to lose him, that he was going to die of something, you know, that he'd got, and there was nothing I could do about it. And that's just a horrible feeling. And everybody sort of says to me, you know, not horribly, they don't mean it horribly, but one day he will do it. Whether he means to, because a lot of it is attention. He wants someone to listen to him, even if they can't do anything. He just wants attention some of the time. And people have said, you know, he will end up doing it. Maybe not meaning to, maybe just crying for attention again, but he'll do it. And I've always, since the day he was born, had the feeling that I wasn't going to keep him. I was going to lose him at some point. And he's 24 now. How am I doing with this? 34. Might have to cut off and finish this, actually. Finish this in the second part, because I've not got a lot of time left. So I'm just going to finish up this bit, and then I shall make it into part 2. It won't be a very long part 2. It'll be quite a short part 2, but we'll do that anyway. Right, so I'll finish there, and we've got a couple more pencils to do, and then the light one again. So we'll finish for now, and we'll come back with part 2 on the hair, and I'll see you then, guys. Thanks, bye.